it was oddly familiar, and yet, still thrilling.
Welcome to Unleashed. And don't forget to join us on Patreon for early access and exclusive content. Here are the guys.
This is Journey to Skeleton Crew, the highly anticipated Star Wars show coming this December to Disney Plus from John Watts, Favreau, Filoni, and of course Kathleen Kennedy. Entertainment Weekly is here to put out the flames of the fandom feuding and negativity that has really been the forefront of Star Wars the last little while. With an article on the Skeleton Crew. There's a brief interview with Jude Law at the beginning, and then in the article, we're going to look at that right now. And I want to go into who I think Jude Law will be portraying and who somebody else in this series may or may not be. This is just for fun. We're having fun. Are these speculations real? Are they false? It's going to be a good time. Skeleton Crew is going to put the fun back in fandom. Fandom? Let's look at this article right here from EW.com. Boom! Star Wars Skeleton Crew exclusive photos reveal Jaleel White as a space pirate. And you can watch this video of Jude Law play a little bit at the beginning. Cool stuff. There be pirates. So we've got the photos to prove it. Star Wars Skeleton Crew will tell the tale of 4 children who discover a secret and then get into a series of adventures as they attempt to find their way back to their home planet. And it seems their journey will pit them against some fearsome foes, namely pirates. Not necessarily only pirates, but namely pirates. Entertainment Weekly has the exclusive first look at these space pirates below, as well as another exclusive image of Jude Law's Jode Nanawood. Say that 3 times fast. Jode Nanawood. Okay, not bad. And the show's 4 pint-sized heroes. And also spoke to Skeleton Crew creators John Watts and Christopher Ford about the potential hive of scum and villainy. Check this out. Okay, look at this. So we have, they have all the names right here. We got Vane, far left. You might remember Vane from Mandalorian. Gunter, that's Jaleel White. Gunter. Brutus, Fred Taskashori as a performing artist, and Stephen Oyoung. Pax there as well. And Chailt. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Is there somebody I'm not seeing? Is that what's happening? Anyway, these look friggin' awesome. I have a theory on who I think Pax. Is it Pax? No, Brutus. On who Brutus may or may not be. Pax, though. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Familiar looking villains. First of all, Jaleel White's Gunter. Awesome. Straight out. Like, that's like Saw Gerrera-ishy. A loving Valog Anakin, obviously. I mean, Vader, clearly. But then you have Pax. Is someone I'm very looking forward to. But then there's Chailt, not sure who that is, but they just look very human. So that's very exciting there. Those are pirates, confirms Ford of the photo subjects above. Space pirates, he says. And not just any space pirates, but that is none other than Urkel himself, Jaleel White, looking vaguely cyborg-esque as Gunter. Then they go through who everybody's playing. With Skeleton Crew taking place in the same time frame as shows like The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka after the fall of the second Death Star and before the rise of the First Order, that means that there is a lack of what one might call Imperial enforcement. Naturally, that allows nefarious forces to thrive with the era we're in. We're kind of getting to play with the lawless thing, says Ford. The Empire is gone, and so we're playing with a part of the galaxy that has a resurgence of piracy. That's awesome, and I can't wait to see that, more of that. We got that a little bit in Mando 3, but now we're going to see more. Pirates played a role in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, as folks like Gorian, Shard, and Vane created chaos on Navarro, and now it appears we'll meet more unscrupulous characters of the same ilk. Pirates are talked about so much in Star Wars, Ford notes. People would call Han Solo a pirate, and he'd be like, how dare you? and we've seen some awesome pirates in the animated shows. So this was something where both Filoni and Favreau were really excited to do more pirate stuff. Exploring the edges of wild space is something that co-creator Watts is excited to do, not just due to his love for Star Wars, but also because of his love of a certain LucasArts video game series that dates all the way back to 1990. I'm also a big fan of Monkey Island, says Watts. That's also classic Lucas. So somewhere between Star Wars pirates and Monkey Island pirates, I think we found our sweet spot. That's exciting. I had the original Monkey Island way back on PC. Wasn't my jam. I'm not a click and point kind of guy. But check this out. There's Jude Law looking badass. Kind of got some Lando vibes to him. I guess that fits the space pirate motif. Can't wait. And then, of course, you see our 4 lost buddies in the background there. Excited to see what their story has for us. Moving on. Finding the sweet spot was something Watts and Ford were looking to do for the series as a whole, as they created an entirely new world within the already pre-existing one of Star Wars. A world with certain rules that can't be broken. What's great about working at Lucasfilm is that they'll let you know if you've gone outside of the boundaries, Watts says. Dave Filoni is our goalkeeper, and Watts means that literally of the creative visionary overseeing the Star Wars streaming galaxy. He actually is a great hockey player, but he's also a figurative goalkeeper. We will come up with the ideas of things that we like, and then he'll be like, actually, maybe it's this. Or, oh, we already did something like that somewhere else. And you always end up with a bunch of other episodes of Star Wars to go watch and things to read, and it's good. You feel like you can safely explore things creatively without making some huge canonical mistake. Adds Ford, and he gets both sides of that because he did that mentoring under George Lucas. So he gets that thing of, I want to make a whole new kind of Jedi. I want to make a whole new kind of Jedi. And then someone being like, okay, hold on. A lot of people have thought about this. Let's do this the right way. And it's so helpful. Boop. It looks awesome. Sounds awesome. Could it be awesome? I'm not sure. We don't know. We haven't seen the show yet, but I'm very hopeful on this. I think it looks awesome. That Jude Law's character is seemingly fantastic. The inspirations for it, there's a lot of focus in this article more than anything on space pirates, and that's where I want to go to today. I want to bring up some fun conversations about where it could be, what we're doing and what not, and why we're going in the direction that we are going. Also, John Watts brought up a little video game called Monkey Island. I mentioned I had this game way back. It was a point and click. I wasn't into point and clicks when I was a kid. I was I was a big Super Mario Brother guy, but give me Commander Keen on the PC any day of the week. Monkey Island was always a big stink. It was like, this was like some great game. Everybody loved this game. I remember when I was a kid playing it, it was somewhat popular. My dad was like, Commander Keen, or not. Commander Keen was great. Was Monkey Island. People at his work were talking about Monkey Island, and when I got into college, like a decade later, the people were like, oh, Monkey Island, Curse of Monkey Island, Return to Monkey Island. All the Monkey Island games were phenomenal. If you don't know much about Monkey Island, well, I'll just tell you briefly a little bit about it. Monkey Island follows the adventures of Guybrush Threepwood, a bumbling yet ambitious pirate wannabe. In the series, Guybrush is on a quest to become the most notorious pirate in the Caribbean while facing off against the evil ghost pirate LeChuck. The plot revolves around his efforts to thwart LeChuck's plans, rescue his love interest, Elaine Marley, and navigate a series of comical and challenging puzzles. With a blend of witty dialogue and quirky characters, Guybrush's journey through the treacherous Monkey Island and beyond combines humor with classic pirate adventure. Combining humor with classic pirate adventure, that is probably the MO of this show. A Skeleton Crew is probably going to be pirates with some witty dialogue, some witty humor, and a swashbuckling good time. But let's get into the next one. I'm going to try to connect all these into one big thing. I don't know if it's going to work. Might not work. Might be above my pay grade. But Jude Law's character is, I got to read this. It's Jod Na Wood. Jod Na Wood. Remember when it was Luke, Han, Ben, Jod Na Wood? Maybe after like 8 episodes I'll be able to say that, but not, am I still saying it right? It's Jod. Jod Clampett. In the vast galaxy of Star Wars, the Jedi are more than just warriors or peacekeepers across both canon and the expanded universe. The Jedi Order has taken on many forms and various roles, philosophies, and abilities. Today, in this video, right now, going forward, I want to come up with some ideas of who Jed Clampett could be. Wood. Wood. If I keep saying it, I might get it, but who is Wood? A new type of Jedi? A new type of Jedi? Or is it a Jedi we've known before? Let's look at some possibilities of Wood.
Hello?
The Jedi Guardian, of course, from canon. Guardians focus on lightsabers, combat, and defense. They embody the physical aspect of the Force, using their skills in battle to protect the galaxy. They tend to wield blue lightsabers, symbolizing their role as warriors. Fans have speculated that Jedi Guardians were the closest to what Sith feared, as their martial prowess was almost unmatched. Jedi Counselor. This also comes from canon. The Jedi Counselors prioritize diplomacy, wisdom, and the deeper mysteries of the Force. Often seen wielding green lightsabers, they focus more on the mind and spirit, seeking balance in the Force through knowledge. Fan theory time. Some fans believe counselors are the reason Yoda was able to live so long, as their connection to the Force grants them extended lifespans or heightened senses beyond regular Jedi. Baby Yoda kind of disproves that, but moving on. Jedi Sentinel. Sentinels balance combat skills with other specialized knowledge like technology or espionage. Could bring it into Endor right there. Often tasked with assignments involving stealth or dealing with the underworld. That's kind of matching. They bring pragmatic approach to Jedi duties. The rise of the Imperial Inquisitors in canon could have roots in the fallen Jedi Sentinels, with some fans theorizing that their skill set made them easy targets for corruption. Let's move on to some legends, shall we? The Jedi Watchmen. In Legends, Watchmen were Jedi tasked with overseeing the security and well-being of entire star systems. They were more observers than warriors, ensuring that balance was maintained in their territories. Some fan theories suggest that Obi-Wan Kenobi acted as a watchman during his time on Tatooine, silently ensuring balance while guarding Luke Skywalker. That is the next season of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jedi Battlemaster. Battlemasters were elite Jedi who specialized in lightsaber combat and taught others the ways of dueling. One notable Battlemaster was Sin Drawling, who trained countless Jedi in the art of lightsaber use. Some fans speculate that characters like Mace Windu, with their mastery of lightsaber forms, could have been considered Battlemasters if the role persisted in canon. Jedi Healer. In Legends continuity, there were Jedi who specialized in healing through the Force, often serving as medics on the battlefield. Jedi healers like Barriss Offee were trained to mend wounds and even counteract diseases using their deep connection to the living Force. We see a little bit of that with Grogu and with Rey, of course. They've kind of incorporated that into just all aspects of Jedi now.
I just transferred a bit of life.
How about a Jedi Seeker? Jedi Seekers search for ancient knowledge, lost Force users, or hidden Sith artifacts. Their missions often take them far beyond the Jedi Temple, exploring fringes of the galaxy. Fits right in with why would he be out in the open? Could be a Jedi Seeker. Jedi Shadows. Jedi Shadows operated in secret, hunting down dark side users and Sith relics. These Jedi would destroy anything that could tip the balance toward darkness, making them the Jedi's covert operatives. Some fans believe that Shadows could be a precursor to the Inquisitors, theorizing that the role morphed or was corrupted over time. I like the corruption stuff. I think Star Wars does that well, and I think we should stick to that path. Don't necessarily know if I believe that that's who Wood is, but you go from Guardians to Jedi Shadows. The galaxy has been shaped by countless forms of Jedi philosophy and skill sets. As the Star Wars universe expands both in canon through the exploration of legends, these different Jedi types continue to inspire and intrigue fans and possibly be brought into the forefront of the Skeleton Crew. not so fast. We're going to stop right there because there is another character I want to bring to your attention. And that shown here under the name. Let me go back up to it. Let's go back here. Boom. No, that's not what I want. We want this one. Boom. Right here with the name of Brutus. I love the name Brutus. Love it. But look at, like, just totally wicked right here. Is Brutus this character's true name, or did this character go by something else? And that something else I want to say is Volvif Mon. Volvif Mon, to me, is a very fascinating character. Love the design of this character. Look at this thing. Freaking awesome. Volvif Mon played a big role in the Jedi Order during the time of the Clone Wars. Mon is notable for being one of the few Jedi with the lupine appearance. That means he's a wolf. It means he looks like a wolf. Awoo. Volvif Mon hails from the planet Vulpter, a largely industrial world in the galaxy. He belonged to the species known as Shistavinin, wolfmen, a group characterized by their lupine features such as sharp claws, fur-covered bodies, and heightened sense of smell. These natural traits of Shistavinin, honestly, like, come on, man, just call them wolves, alien wolves, Shistavinin. When I watched the cartoon, I was like, that is a cool looking wolf Jedi. Didn't know he was a Shistavinin. Wolfmen made Mon particularly adept at certain skills such as tracking and heightened reflexes. His species' reputation for aggression and isolationism often made them feared or misunderstood by others in the galaxy. Mon's abilities in the Force were discovered at a young age, and like many Force-sensitive beings, he was brought to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and trained as a Jedi under the guidance of Jedi Masters. Mon quickly grew in skill and wisdom. Despite his intimidating appearance, he embraced the Jedi way, which promised peace and diplomacy over violence. As the Clone Wars began to sweep across the galaxy, Volvif Mon, like many other Jedi, found himself thrust into the role of a general within the Grand Army of the Republic. He led clone troopers in various battles against the separatist forces, often utilizing his tactical mind and sharp instincts. Mon's lupine senses and skills made him especially effective in scenarios requiring stealth and guerrilla tactics. While not as prominently featured in the Star Wars films or animated series, George, you done and messed up. You screwed up, George. You screwed you brought Kit Fisto. All right, I'll let you go. Mon made appearances in various expanded universe content, including comic books and the Star Wars Clone Wars animated micro series from 2003, which I've said before. I love it. I own them on DVD. Some of my favorite Star Wars content we've gotten to date. This series showcased Mon's combat abilities and his leadership skills during the war. He was portrayed as a fierce and loyal warrior, fully committed to the Jedi cause and defense of the Republic. Volvif Mon, like many Shistaveninins, was often perceived as solitary and somewhat standoffish. However, his demeanor believed his deep sense of loyalty and commitment to the Jedi Order. He maintained a calm and collected attitude during battles, often using his enhanced senses to outmaneuver opponents. His connection to the Force further amplified his natural abilities, making him an exceptional warrior and leader. Mon's lightsaber skills were formidable, and he preferred a more aggressive fighting style, appropriate given his predatory nature. His wolf-like attributes were also beneficial in hand-to-hand combat situations, where he could overpower enemies with sheer physical strength and agility. However, Mon, like all Jedi, strove to use his powers responsibly, never giving in to the violent tendencies that his species might be associated with. Although Volvif Mon's appearance in Star Wars canon are limited, he left an impression due to his unique design and character traits. After the Clone Wars and the rise of the Galactic Empire, Mon's fate remains somewhat ambiguous. And after the Clone Wars, we don't know what happened. Was he killed in Order 66? Or did he survive? Did he go into hiding like Yoda, like Obi-Wan, like Jad Na Wood? Did he meet Jude Law at some point, and then the two get together and connect and decide to hide together in secret, maybe using some of their skill sets, I don't know, to become pirates? The concept of Jedi pirates is an intriguing fusion of two vastly different archetypes: the disciplined, justice seeking Jedi from Star Wars and the chaotic, lawless nature of pirates. While traditional Star Wars canon does not explicitly feature Jedi pirates, there are very few ways one might speculate about or conceptualize their existence. In the expansive Star Wars universe, Jedi adhere to the light side of the Force, following a code that emphasizes selflessness, peace, and justice. Pirates, on the other hand, embody the opposite: self serving, often violent, and chaotic behavior. The idea of a Jedi turning pirate would likely stem from a Jedi either disillusioned with the strict dogma of the Jedi Order or succumbing to external pressures like the dark side of the Force. These renegade Jedi might use their abilities for personal gain or survival, drifting from the original noble intentions. Time, you've been beat down by the Empire. You've been hunted for years now. I'm probably over a decade at this point. No, wait, multiple decades. This is after the OT. For a long ass time, you've been hunted down. You would be disillusioned. You might actually want to work for yourself, and you would use the skills that you obtain to do so. I don't think they'd be violent necessarily. But, in the trailer, when they meet Jude Law, they're like, oh, you're a Jedi. Are they saying that because they just met him, or are they saying that because he's the one that imprisoned them?
You're a Jedi.
A plausible historical context for Jedi pirates could emerge during the Jedi Purge or the collapse of the Republic. During these tumultuous periods, many Jedi went into hiding. Some may even have taken refuge among pirates or smuggler groups, blending in to survive. Over time, their isolation could lead to loosening of their principles, especially if cut off from the Jedi Order and the strict moral code. There are no established stories about Jedi pirates in official Star Wars lore, but fan theories and expanding universe works have explored the idea of Jedi abandoning their path to lead a more roguish life, hinting that such a possibility could exist in the vast Star Wars galaxy. I'm looking at you, Jude. Now, no wood. Jude, not no wood. So look, it could be far-fetched. You might be thinking, what are you going on about, you dumbass? But they want a different type of Jedi, and a Jedi that eventually went rogue, maybe lost their way, decided on a different lifestyle for themselves, went into hiding, got disillusioned by everything. Maybe they stopped believing in the Jedi Order also, right? If you see what happens, maybe you look on the other side and you're like, oh man, I was wrong this whole time. My perspective on life was wrong. Or you see how gritty the galaxy got under CVP. And you have to become that. You have to manifest yourself into that situation. So that could be where they are. And that's why these two Jedi, they might have found each other. Maybe they don't even know who they are. And maybe, of course, Brutus is just Brutus, and that's that, right? Maybe he is not a Jedi at all. Maybe he's not Mon at all. But you never know. There could be a nice twist. Every Star Wars fan likes to think there's a twist coming, even though we haven't had a twist in eons and eons and eons. But we're going there right now, and I really like this idea of new Jedi. I have a lot of faith in this show. I think it looks great. I think everything I've heard from it has seemed fantastic. I love the Mandoverse era. I know people are hit and miss on that now, but this could tie into Ahsoka, which ties into Mandalorian, and that Filoni movie is still presumably happening. So there's all of that. I also love the idea. One thing that really intrigues me with the new idea of a new Jedi is you have Baylan and Shin Hati, who are a different version of dark side users. So we're getting different variations of characters and types of characters that we know and love. And now they're progressing the lore forward. And hopefully we keep going in a direction that we all know, or not we all know, but that we all love, that we all respect, and we all have a very good time with. And we go back to making theory videos on here and speculation videos and just having a good time talking about the Wars of Stars, because it gets tiring after a while, but this is exciting. I can't wait for it. Let me know what you guys think in there, down there, over there on the chat side, wherever it is. Chat, comment. Let me know your thoughts. Skeleton Crew, Space Pirate, Jedi. Is it possible? Are you buying it? What do you think? Did you play Monkey Island? Let me know. Like, subscribe. Thanks you all so much, very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time, may the force of others be with you.
There's a huge sequence early on in a market. And so they filled the market with the characters from Star Wars. So for someone like me, where you see Jawas walking around, or, you know, creatures that you've seen in other films, it's like seeing old friends. It's very odd, but there they really are.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.